Hey there from the north of Scotland. I'm Lynn McDonald. I used to be a medical doctor. I left the profession in 2012 in good standing with the General Medical Council, but I'm doing something completely different now, which does involve a lot of self-development and a lot of personal growth, learning new skills and being more present on social media. And it's really funny actually, because as a doctor, I was hardly ever on social media. And having left in 2012, do you know what? A lot of doctors are not on social media much because they don't want their patients to know anything about them privately. It's like a big, there's like you and your private life, and then there's you looking after your patients, and you don't really want your patients seeing what you're up to in your private life. It can be a bit awkward. So I was kind of new to social media a few years ago and not really knowing what to do, but eventually got into Facebook, and I saw my friend post a post on Facebook about an online business she was doing. So I decided in 2015 to explore what she was up to, went to her party at her house, went to a lunch with her, and she was dead excited. She was dead enthusiastic about it. So I was like, you know what, I'm looking for something and this sounds amazing, so I think I'll just do it. And so here we are, a few years down the line. I've been with various companies on and off, and then for a long while not doing anything at all until May this year, when I'd got completely fed up. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't have a purpose anymore. And I'd been following a lot of what was going on in the truth community, posting a lot more on social media, and like the kind of like the social media bug never kind of switched off. I was growing a network. I was, interacting a lot more with a lot more people from everywhere. And I just thought, well, do you know what? In May, I wasn't particularly looking into getting into an online business again, but I needed a purpose. And I actually ended up, I'm just putting my notes down here, I actually ended up in my kitchen praying to God, please show me the thing that you want me to do to help me heal people. That's what I said. And then I said, and make sure that I don't miss it when I see it, because I thought, oh my God, what if he shows me and I just walk past? Because what I really needed for me was to reconnect with my purpose in life, because why I went into medical school was to help people with their health. And when you have a purpose like that, and you leave it, you can't really leave it. You can't really leave it behind. You're just going to end up like sort of wandering around aimlessly. So I guess I was unfulfilled, and I was looking for inspiration, for divine inspiration. So that's why I put that out there in prayer. And so what happened next was I saw a post on my Facebook which said about a particular natural substance which I'd never heard of before. And I was like, oh, this is very interesting, because I've got into a lot of natural remedies and substances and uses for things since the time that I left medicine. And so that is my passion. So my friend was a friend that I knew a bit. I liked her, I trusted her, I trusted the information that she puts out on social media. So I was like, hey, what is this? You need to tell me about it. So the next thing that happened was I landed into a Facebook group, which was amazing, full of testimonies, full of excitement, people posting great results they were having with their health. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is just amazing. Then I saw that it was attached to an MLM, this product, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I don't know about this. But then I thought, you know what, I did ask what should I do? And I didn't specify what exactly it should be. So like, I shouldn't have been surprised when something like this came along. And then I thought, well, maybe my previous experience was practice for what this is. So, and then I looked back on my time that I'd had in and out, and I thought, do you know what? I made a lot of really, really good friends through networking, and I I thought there was a lot of fun, there was a lot of, purpose, community, sort of feeling part of something, a belonging. So I asked for the information of how to do it, how to sign up, how to get going with it, and roll on a few months. I'm loving it. I've got, a lot of good feedback from a lot of people that I'm helping with their health, with this product. And I just thought, I need more structure. I need more clue about what I'm doing. I need more systems. I need more, like, social media ability. So what I did was I ended up looking into Frazer Brookes, because I'd seen a lot of his videos on YouTube, and I thought, he seems like a really passionate guy. He loves what he's doing. He's all about helping people. I like that. And in particular, people like me. So I guess that's his niche. And I was just like, yeah, I'm going to go to him. He seems like a good guy. So roll on a little while later, absolutely loving his trainings, getting a little bit more, how would you put it? A little bit more confident about doing things on social media. And then the last 3 days I've actually spent on his 3-day success summit online. And he's had amazing speakers from all over the world. I mean, absolutely amazing. And I'm going to talk briefly about 2 of them. One is Evan Carmichael, who has his YouTube channel, and I wrote it down. His YouTube channel is called Modeling the Masters, and I'd highly recommend that you go and look up that. His Instagram is at Evan Carmichael. And he's written a book called Built to Serve. He's written 4 books, but that was the one that was recommended. But what really hit home with me is because I had actually seen his YouTube videos before, so I was familiar with his face before, but I didn't actually know what his mission was, what his purpose was. But I had very much appreciated his YouTube videos that he's put together. Obviously, I've been watching them and being inspired. But what he said, I've got my notes here, extensive notes. He said he wants to solve the world's biggest problem, which is that people don't believe enough in themselves. And I just thought, whoa, that's amazing. He says your purpose comes from your pain. And he actually started on YouTube. I mean, he's built up a massive following of people on YouTube. They really, really love his videos. But he started in April 2009. And he said that it took 700 videos for him to become, to the situation where he felt they were good. Which was like, for me, I was like, oh my God, 700 videos? There's hope for me yet. I haven't even done one yet. And what kept him going through that time was that he was fully focused on the people that he was serving instead of the ones that he wasn't. So what he meant by that was it didn't matter how many people were watching his video. If it was 40 people, he was serving those 40 people, and he would just keep going and keep going, which I just thought was absolutely brilliant. And he also said, if you have the ability, then you have the responsibility, which I was like, whoa, that's powerful, because, we've all got gifts that we're given, certain abilities, and if we have them, why put them to waste? So Frazer and Evan, on this section of the Success Summit, they put together this challenge. They they said, you know, this is not about you, this is about helping people, this is service for others. So we're going to challenge you to do your first ever YouTube video, and then they would, like, you know, they would look at it, and, you know, some kind of competition thing, or I don't know, but anyway, they were going to look at it, and I was just like, well, that's a challenge. I actually have to do that. This is really going to spur me on. So I was like, right, crack on with it, Lynn. So I think I've recorded about 30 videos so far and not been happy with them. And even if I'm not happy with this one, I think this is the one that's going to go up, and that, you know, this is the first of hopefully many, so that people can maybe be inspired that messy activity is better than no activity at all. But what their challenge was to talk about what our bingo moment was from the whole summit. And so what I thought about was this really, really interesting, well, they said bingo moment, but I like to think of it like a light bulb moment, like eureka, you know, like when you're in the bath and you're like, you know, just thinking, and an amazing thought comes into your head. But my bingo moment, as they call it, was when a lady called Andrina Crumpton, who's an amazing fellow Scottish lady, actually, she was talking about when you go to the graveyard, which doesn't sound very inspiring, but we'll come to that in a minute. But the bingo moment was when she described it, she said, so when you look at the gravestone, you see the person's name, you see the date that they were born, and then you see a dash, and then you see the date that they died. And she just thought to herself, what did they do with their dash? You know, what was the dash? And she got to thinking, and I'm getting actual goosebumps when I'm thinking about this. So this really did resonate with me. What will I do with my dash? You know, what am I doing with it? You know, we just have that short bit between there and there. What are we doing? So that was my light bulb moment. That was like, whoa, don't waste the dash. That was like, it would be really, really nice to have helped, I think, other people to make the most of their dash too, if that makes sense. But what I think is, you know, when I go to the graveyard and I see my granddad's gravestone, I know that he was a doctor. I know that he was in World War II. I know that he had a really tough time in the war as a doctor out in Nigeria. And I just think, wow, do you know what people think about him is they always said he was a really, really good doctor. And I do remember that for some reason he inspired me, and that is why I went to medical school. And that is, I don't know if it's a genetic thing or not, but there's something about the whole thing that I needed to go to the same medical school that he went to. So I went to Glasgow, and I used to sit there in the anatomy lecture theatre thinking, I wonder if Grandad sat in this seat, you know. But yeah, that really inspired me, because now when I go to the cemetery and see his gravestone, I'll be thinking, he did an amazing thing with his dash, you know. And I would like to be remembered as being someone who did an amazing thing with their dash. So that just really hit home to me, and I just wanted to share that as my first ever attempt at doing a YouTube video. I'm sure I'll think of other ideas and other things to talk about, but this was my start. This was going to be messy. I'm sure it is messy. But do you know what? Nobody's perfect. It's all about just doing the thing, and learning as we go. So yeah, really, really inspiring. I mean, I could have talked about 100 other moments of inspiration I got from Frazer Brookes's Success Summit, but that one really struck home with me. So I just wanted to share that. And I wish you all well from here in the north of Scotland. And yeah, just made me think. If you like the video, please press like. If you want to subscribe, then please subscribe. If you want to share it with anyone, please do that. But you know, I just want to be here sharing my thoughts, and I've made a start, so maybe that will inspire other people to share what's inside of them as well. So messy activity is better than no activity, and I think just doing it, and we're all here to support each other. So that's all I wanted to say. Hello, everybody.